Well, that's good.
Uh,
We're so excited to have you on here, Priscilla.
Hey,
And
thank
it's
you. Thank you for having me. I know it's different, so
no, it's all different, but that's what makes life fun, right? Like life is supposed to be different. You're supposed to learn from different backgrounds and stuff. So I'm super curious for you to start off. Did you always want to be Miss Houston or Miss Texas or Miss America? Or is that something that's changed? And how far back do you remember having that idea that you could do that?
so for me, I've always wanted to do things that really stepped me, or I had to step out of my comfort zone, if that makes sense. No, I didn't wake up and say, "Hey, I want to be Miss Houston one day," or "I want to be Miss Texas." But the journey that it took to get here and just everything that I had to do in order to be in this position, it all led me to a point where I had to just go outside of my comfort zone. And for me, that's the most important part.
Yeah.
It's not easy. Pageantry, a lot of people think that they have an idea of what pageantry is, which is, you have to look beautiful and wear these glamorous gowns or whatever people have in mind, but it's so much more than that. I mean, you're really building your own brand. You're building your brand, you're networking with like-minded people, and then just growing as a professional. Really, I would never walk into an interview with the confidence that I have now. I mean, we've just done so many things to help me grow as a person. And the Priscilla that you're talking to right now is nowhere near to the person that I was years ago. And I think Ali can say the same.
I love it. What would you say was the biggest hurdle you had to overcome mentally to get yourself into this arena?
Knowing that my story was enough.
Love it.
For me, I was always constantly going back and comparing my story to other girls. And in the beginning, it was really hard for me to share my story because I never wanted people to really know like what I went through as a child, really.
Mhm.
And I also, it's hard for me to talk about it because there are other people involved.
Mhm.
And in order to share your story, you have to be conscious of that. You have to make sure that you're not, throwing anyone under the bus or just putting any blame on anyone. You have to come to what's the term I'm trying to say? Like, come to the idea that it's okay to be vulnerable and share your story. And for me, that was the biggest obstacle to overcome, is just really that vulnerability.